Hello, and welcome to this edition of What the Hell Just Happened, the only vlog that is doctor recommended for mental constipation. I'm your host, Martin Ganapoler. Early this week, the leaders of all of the U.S. intelligence agencies were called before the Senate Intelligence Committee, chaired by Republican Senator Richard Burr. During that hearing, the directors of the CIA, FBI, and the Department of National Intelligence gave detailed testimony about worldwide threats to U.S. national security and our capabilities to combat those threats. They spoke at length about Iran's and North Korea's very different nuclear programs, the strength of the Islamic State, and other pressing issues. After testifying, the committee thanked the speakers and spoke in gratitude about the work that they were doing. That was Tuesday. Guess what the hell just happened on Wednesday? That's right. The current occupant of the Oval Office sent out a series of insulting tweets about this hearing and the people who testified, calling their assessments wrong, suggesting that intelligence should go back to school. He further said that they were passive, naive, and ignorant, and that he didn't believe anything they told him. When asked about the tweets, he replied that, "I think that I'm right, that time will prove that time will prove me right, probably." Yes, probably, Mr. President, as it has so many times in the past. On Thursday, he ordered a kumbaya photo op meeting of the Intel leaders in the Oval Office, where he claimed that it was the media that got it all wrong, that it was all fake news. He told the press after the meeting that there was no distance between him and the intelligence community, and in fact, they were all on the same page. In his case, I'm sure it's a blank page. Now let's hop in the Wayback Machine and go to the year 1987, where a landmark treaty was signed between the Soviet Union, the U.S., and the NATO countries. In it, there was agreement that all parties would, quote, eliminate and permanently forswear all of their nuclear and conventional ground-launched ballistic and cruise missiles with ranges of 500 to 5,500 kilometers, end quote. After this treaty, the people of Europe breathed more easily and went on to a prosperous future. That is, until Russian President Putin started to rebuild the very missiles outlawed by the treaty. Now, let's say that you are the president of the largest, most secure country in the world, and you're in charge of the biggest intercontinental ballistic nuclear stockpile ever amassed in history. What do you do about this? Do you begin negotiations from a position of strength and demand accountability from Putin and Russia? Well, here's what the hell just happened on Friday. Our glorious leader in the White House withdrew from the treaty. Yeah, he washed his hands of this whole nuclear threat thing. I mean, it's just all of Europe, right? What do we care? Trump took the withdrawal as an opportunity to build up our stockpile of mid-range missiles as well. God knows we could use those. Can you say arms race? But as Dirty Harry once said, you have to ask yourself this one question. Do you feel lucky, punk? I don't. Finally, we head to the city of Boston, where for 25 years, 84-year-old Wilson Menashe has enjoyed a very gratifying relationship. And even though at times he came home to his wife with hickeys on his arms and neck, she was okay with the arrangement. Why? Because Wilson Menashe has spent thousands of hours volunteering at the Boston Aquarium, where he has become known as the octopus whisperer. He can't explain it, but he's able to connect in deep and meaningful ways with these intelligent eight-armed sea creatures. When he comes into the tank area where Freya, the giant Pacific octopus, lives, she rises up out of the water and gently caresses Wilson in greeting. Menashe's volunteer work includes designing puzzle boxes for his friends, as well as rubbing their backs and wrestling their arms, which ensures that the animals receive the stimulation that they need to thrive and stay healthy. I'm guessing Wilson's not a big sushi fan. Well, that's all we have for this week's episode of What the Hell Just Happened. Thanks for watching, and if you get a chance, drop by your local aquarium and give a squeeze to a cephalopod. Bye for now.